Good day, Capricorn, and welcome to my channel. This is your weekly reading for December 9th to the 15th. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope this reading resonates with you. Let's go ahead and check out your affirmation for the week. My future is an ideal projection of what I envision now. My future is an ideal projection of what I envision now. Universe speak, spirits guide. What needs to be known, what lessons need to be learned. Ten of clubs, king of spades, eight of spades, and the jack of clubs. Okay, so your general energy is the jack of clubs. You have a risk you can take, and being in this position, this can be multiple risks that you can take, um, and you should take them. They're all good. They're all good to go, whatever they are. Or if it's just one, it's good to go. So you definitely should take it, but you got to be careful. There is a player at hand who does not want you to take this risk for whatever reason. A lot of times it's jealousy, but it can be other reasons. But either way, this person's a player, so they're gonna play with you, right? They're gonna play with you. They're gonna try to make you. They're gonna try to stop you from taking this risk. Um, Whatever it may be, it can be literally any kind of risk. They're going to try to stop you from taking this risk. Well, they're going to try to make you think that they're doing it for your best interest. I don't know where my mind is at, but yeah, it's gonna they're gonna try to make you think that they're out for your best interest, but they really aren't. They just don't. They see whatever this is, this ideal, whatever it may be, is going to be successful, right? Or ideas, and they don't want to see you do that. You don't want. They don't want to see you be successful. So be careful. Be careful of those who try to stop you from doing positive things, uh, and try to make it seem like they're doing it for your best interest. Like, oh, if you do that, you're gonna have to spend this money, and you'll be out this money. Stuff like that. Uh, at the beginning of the week, you have the Ten of Clubs. Yeah, you're fed up. You're fed up with a burden. And you might be thinking about giving into the burden and being like, well, I guess this is just my life and I have to deal with this burden. But the cards are saying, no, don't give up. The end is near. This burden will come to an end, so don't give in to it. That's definitely not what anybody should ever do when it comes to a burden. And also, my own personal advice, make sure there isn't a way that you can remove the burden from your life. Okay, because a lot of times burdens are actually in our hands. Like, we have the ability to remove burdens from our lives. That's a lot of times. Okay, but a lot of times the burden is so much that we don't see that we can remove it. And also, since you have a player in your midst here, this player could make you think that you can't get rid of this burden as well. So keep that in mind. They might again be like, oh, well, if you get rid of this burden, then this is going to happen. Or say the burden's a person, and they're like, if you get rid of that person, well, then they're going to be hurt, or this or that. They're just going to try to play you, okay? So be careful of that, but make sure that there isn't a way that you can remove the burden. But definitely don't give into it. In the middle of the week, you got the King of Spades, leadership. So yeah, you're gonna probably be in the position of a leader when it comes to especially the middle of the week. Now, this might have something to do with the taking the risk. Maybe it puts you in a leadership role, and the only thing here is the card is saying, use your head. Make sure to use your head. Don't let your ego take over, because a lot of times when we're in a leadership role, we let our egos take over. And Yeah, because we think that because we're the leader that we know it all. Well, you don't know it all, okay? If there are people under you or working with you that you're the leader over, make sure to take in their advice, make sure to take in their ideas and all that stuff. Um, because you never know. You never know. They might know something or, that'll be valuable to you. Now, just because you have to take in the advice doesn't mean you have to use the advice. But if the advice is good, then take it. Don't fight against it because you're the leader, okay? It's okay to be vulnerable and say, okay, you're right, I'm wrong, whatever, right? At the end of the week, you had the eight of spades, false fears. So yeah, you're going to be dealing with some false fears. I feel like you're going to be dealing with some false fears throughout the whole week. Even when it comes to this burden, I feel like the fears that you're having about the burden are completely false. I feel like you really can remove this burden out of your life. But other than that, you're probably going to be having false fears when it comes to your ideas, the risks that you can take. You're having fears about that. And once again, the player is going to play on it. Actually, the player will be playing on the leadership too. They'll try to get you to do the ego thing. And boy, that'll be really easy because then they can just be like, don't listen to that person. You know it all. They're going to try to make you use your ego. Okay. So be careful, man. Having a player in your midst during one of these times is so bad because they'll work on everything and they're going to work on those false fears that you're having and try to instill more fear into you. So when you're fearing stuff this week, fight against it, work against it, take action. Okay, act now, fear not. Work against that emotion and be like, okay, I'm fearful, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You need to have that kind of mentality at this point in time. Let's go ahead and see what the tarot cards have to say. Universe speak, spirits guide. What needs to be known? What lessons need to be learned? Oh, okay, okay. So you got the Lover's card. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna have love with have a relationship and love and all that stuff. This could be a love for something. And I feel like it's a love for whatever this risk is that's putting you into leadership. I think you have a love for it. I think you want to make a real commitment to it. So go with that. Don't fear it. Go with it. Don't let this player talk you out of it because I feel like you really love whatever it is. Whatever this risk that you want to take, you really love this, and you should go after the things that you love, right? And I'm not talking about a relationship here. I'm talking about like there's something that you're wanting to go after that's going to lead you to leadership. So obviously some kind of business or work or something like that. And you really love it. Like you want to make a commitment to it. But again, be careful. That player is going to work on that and try to get you to screw up somewhere here. I mean, they've got so much to work on, a burden, false fears, your ego. They got so much to work on. So be careful. Be so, so careful. There is something really good coming in for you here, possibly multiples, but I really feel like for a lot of you, it's just one straight up thing that's coming in that's going to lead you to leadership. And you got that player on your ass on this. So be very careful. But there is something that you really love. So there's something that you really love and really are passionate about and want to make a commitment to. You go ahead and do that. Don't fear it. You go ahead and do it. And be careful of, those around you, and who you listen to because somebody does not want you to do it. And it's because they know you're going to be successful at it and they know you're going to put your time and devotion into it because you love it. You really want to give it a commitment. So there you go. I hope this resonates. I hope it helps in some way. If it does, hit that like button. And if you would, please comment, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you back here next week. And until then, stay safe, stay mindful, and stay healthy.